Hello, my name is Arise, and I am here to have a discussion, more or less. Also, you may have noticed I've cut my hair. I no longer have a bun. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of miss my longer hair, but short hair is fine for now. I was watching a video, and I'll put the link down in the description of that video that I watched, and I found it just very interesting because I haven't seen a lot of videos talking about this, actually discussing the difference between platonic and romantic relationships. I haven't seen a lot of it, and I wanted to share this conversation that I had with my friend, and he said it was okay, so we're like golden there. Because for me, for a little while I was thinking about it, and it's been a very gray line between platonic and romantic. Like, to me, the two almost just blend in together. There's just a line that's a very thick line. It's a very thick line that you have to cross over, and there's that awkward middle ground, for me at least. So this is what I did. I sent my friend the video, and I told him, hey, if you want to watch this, go watch it. I think it's very interesting. So I told him, haha, I don't know, it's the only video I've liked so far when talking about the difference between romantic and platonic love. I kind of can't distinguish between the two right now, and everyone else is just like, no idea, they're kind of also the same. And then people say that romantic is tied to sexual attraction, which is also wrong. I hate that people just associate romantic with sexual attraction because they are two totally different things. You can be sexually attracted to someone and have no romantic feelings towards them, and vice versa. And what he said is that, for me, it's always been, I love this person and they're a good friend, versus I want to spend my life being this person's partner. Which, I got that a little bit more, but then I told him that basically I could see myself living with him, because he's a really good friend to me. He's one of my two best friends that I have. And I told him well, okay, but I could see spending the rest of my life with you because you're a really awesome friend and I love you, you know? And then he just said, that's true, but I don't know, I'm more intimate with romantic partners versus platonic friends. More cuddles, more smooches and junk, and probably more life planning. I can see myself sitting down with his boyfriend and then laying out a plan here is our life goals in the next 10 years. And that made a lot of sense to me, where you plan your life together. When you live together with your partner, is that you two are basically co-managers of something. You both have to plan, pay the bills, you both have to talk about the income, what you're gonna buy, what you're gonna spend, any kind of that stuff. It's more planning, whereas if you have a roommate, you're okay, you pay half of the rent, I'll pay my half, and if you get my food, I'm gonna kill you. That's how I see it now, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So I said, yeah, I can see that. It's also just kind of funny because in terms of cuddling and smooches and stuff, some people define that as sexual and others don't. It's kind of almost like a blurred line, and I think that's a small part of my confusion. But I could totally see the life planning thing, because if we were to move in, we would just split the bills, hang out. We'd be more like roommates than living together, which is what I just said. And some people see kissing as a sexual activity and others don't. Some people can see it as more romantic, others don't. It's just it's whoever you're talking to, really, and what their opinion is on it. I personally don't think little kisses are sexual. I think more of a heated makeout is more sexual, but that's how I would see it as. So then he just reaffirmed what I said in saying that I guess platonic versus romantic is more or less roommate versus spouse. I'd also probably split chores more willingly with his boyfriend. He'd cook, I clean, where with you we'd probably just get our own food and clean up our own junk. Which I get that. I would also probably do that. I would not sit around and do his laundry and clean his dishes up for him. I would not do that. I would let the dishes pile up in the sink and tell him to go do your dishes, or else I'm gonna kick you out and I'll find a new roommate or something. That's probably what I would do. And then he brought up an interesting point where he said that him and his boyfriend were more likely to get into stupid fights and stay mad at each other about it. Whereas with friends, you can argue about something but then forget about it the next day. But I'm not sure if I completely agree with him on that. Because I think that if you're getting into fights and staying mad about it in a relationship, I don't think that's a good relationship, because any relationship, no matter if it's platonic or romantic, you should be able to have good communication and not stay mad at each other. I understand, like, a fight here and there, maybe, but it should all be resolved soon with just communication. Communication is the key, the foundation for any kind of relationship, no matter what it is, even if it's with your family. It's communication. Communication is everything in any kind of relationship. So then my takeaway on this entire topic is the difference between platonic and romantic. Platonic I would define as more friendlier, it's more like you want to hang out with them all the time. Even still, I still see the line as a little blurred. There is a difference between platonic and romantic, and I think that different people will have slightly different definitions for them, where I know a lot of people mistake romantic attraction also to be tied with sexual attraction, which is not correct, but they can believe what they want to for now. But the fact of the matter is that they are different, and maybe only you will know when it's different. I think you have to experience it to know if it's different. You have to experience both of them to know. We're gonna go on Urban Dictionary because I still have no idea what it means, but Urban Dictionary is probably not the same thing. Platonic, to love someone in a I don't want you kind of way. Yeah, no. Platonic, a type of love that is non-sexual. Well, yes, it is non-sexual, but at the same time, neither's romantic. Oh, I almost kind of like this one. An emotionally and socially, but not sexually, involved relationship. Nowadays often a term for a friendship between a man and a woman which don't include a sexual element. I mean, it could be between anyone. This is 2018! Get with the times! A friendship that lasts for as long as it takes for some twats to establish rumors about how a man wants to have it off with the woman. Okay, I was liking that definition up until that third point. Now I don't like it. Oh, that was posted May 17th, 2006. No wonder. No freaking wonder that it's so heteronormative. Reading definitions, though, now, I would like to make up my own. A platonic relationship for me would be just being really good friends. I don't even necessarily think it has to be anything more than that. And of course you guys can hug and cuddle and blah blah blah. I'm not sure if I don't think kissing on the lips, for me, would be a platonic relationship. I think that would be stepping more into romantic, for me. But like cheek kisses or like head kisses, I could see that as being platonic, but not my lips smashing into your lips. And now with romantic, let's go on the same website to define romantic. I actually had to type in Urban Dictionary at the end of definition because it didn't show up in the first link like platonic did. Romantic. A romantic person is someone who believes in romanticism, which is like a philosophy on life. Romantics love nature, old things like castles, churches, love, poetry, and beauty, and blah 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 blah. That's not the thing I was trying to make. Romantic. A sweet and sometimes naive person who sees beauty in everything and loves with their whole heart. Someone who wants to make their partner / lover feel special, so they will do and or give things that are considered beautiful to prove their love for the other person. That kind of does make sense to me. Yeah, someone who wants to make their partner feel special and loved for and cared for. That to me sounds romantic to me. Something like even just like cooking a dinner and like with a candlelit dinner and like some rose petals all over the table. Like that just is so freaking romantic. Yeah, I wouldn't do that for a friend. If I did that for a friend, they would probably freak the fuck out and be like, sorry? sorry, didn't know you liked me in that way. And I'm like, no, we're just really good friends here. And I'm so surprised that they didn't mention anything about sexual relations with romantic. Not a single word in there was sex or sexual. Whereas in Platonic, it's like, oh, it's completely not sexual. So I guess we finally have learned something, maybe. But then your opinions might differ. So I don't know if video responses are something a lot of people still do, but instead of putting it in the comments below, if you would want to, instead of putting what you think the difference is down in the comments below, make a response video. Ask me some questions or it brings some new information to the table. I'm sure that I didn't cover everything because I am still very new to this topic, but I just wanted to explore it. I just scratched the surface of it, I think. Everything has so much more of a deeper meaning to it, I think. I would love to see what you guys have to offer to the conversation. So that does it all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble about me and my friend conversation and then putting more on top of it. I'll see you all later. Bye!